Well, it's good troops. It's not a bottle of piss. It's electrolytes. I just want to talk about confidence. It's been a while since I've hopped on a raw talk. But one of the most important pivotal moments in the last probably like 6 months for me is just my level of underlying confidence that I am owning and walking with through day-to-day life more than ever. It's a level of confidence I've always aspired to have. And it's not necessarily about thinking you have everything figured out by any means. I have far from everything figured out. It's just being on a path that aligns with where you want your future to be. Fundamentally, that is really it. But how do we actually get there? That is the $1 million question. Now, so many of you guys, people watching this as well, will no doubt think, you go to the gym, you get in decent shape, you will be confident. Not necessarily the case. You might be externally confident, aesthetically confident, but will you actually be confident within yourself? Confidence is knowing who you are and owning it. Really. If you're comfortable with the person you are in the present moment, if you're comfortable with the trajectory you are on going forward, then you will be walking through life a pretty confident individual. Does that mean that you won't have spells of anxiety, sadness, but also complete excitement, joy, wonder? We take emotions too personally in the modern day. You need to ride them like waves. When the good ones come, enjoy the roller coaster. When the sad ones and the shit ones come, take them on the chin. Just let them fly by. We can't get stuck in allowing our emotions to control our state of being, right? Now, that is a very difficult thing to accomplish, right? I know it's much easier said than done. And is that the way it works for me all the time? Absolutely fucking not. But the quicker you can come back to that realization, the quicker you can go off course, whether that be discipline in the gym, getting in your head about certain things in life, not enjoying work, losing drive and motivation for getting on the path that you desire. The thing for me that created discipline and my perspective on discipline was how quickly can I get back on track after I've fallen off. My journey in the gym was, started when I was 14. I was part of a rugby academy, so I got mentored through my first maybe 2 years of gymming, once a week. As soon as I stopped that, I did go to the gym consistently for a bit myself. As soon as I got complacent and comfortable with how I looked, how strong I was, I moved away. I was like, I'm fine now, I don't need to do this anymore. What would happen? 3-4 months would go by and I'd be back to square one. I'd be back to the physically, aesthetically unconfident individual. So then we go through the whole cycle again. Now I go back to the gym, I'm low motivation, I've got to start from scratch and blah, 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 blah. Again, maybe do like 18 months, consistent, smashing it. And then something would throw me off. I'd be off for another 3, 4, 5 months. And I think I was maybe 18 or 19 when I let that be the last time. And don't get me wrong, over those periods, I was not plain sailing. I probably had months or maybe 2 months off, low motivation states, going through a period when you're 18, 19, it's a tough age. It's a real tough age. But the sooner I manage to get back on track, the better. Now, how does that transfer into my modern day? Business. I have turned up to the gym consistently now for 4 or 5 years, okay? Been in the gym altogether for close to a decade, which is crazy. Now, when I really had this realization of discipline in my perception of it being how quickly you get back on track after falling off, was business, was content. The most uncomfortable thing I ever did was get comfortable and consistent with content, put myself out there. And what I realized was the more I'd done it, the easier it got. And when I stopped doing it, and the longer I stopped doing it for, the harder it got to get back on track. Now, when you go through a period of being very good at sticking to the plan, turning up, being consistent, you gain confidence. You gain confidence in that thing. When you fall off, you very quickly lose the confidence. It's wild. It's actually wild. Now, you might even say the same thing about YouTube. Now, I've not done a raw talk for a while, but I've done 2 vlogs. Now, putting myself out there on a vlog, holy shit, that was like the pinnacle of content discomfort, right? Putting yourself out there for like a 15-minute vlog online, trying to be as much like yourself as possible in public spaces with people around, like just crazy talk. Ask me even 6 months ago if I was doing that, no chance. No chance would I thought I was doing that 6 months ago. But the accumulation of stacking these wins, of doing these things, equates confidence, all right? Now, when you have the confidence to do the first step, every time you take a step, the harder ones, they get easier. But you need to start somewhere. And when you start, you're gonna fall off. It's inevitable. It's fucking inevitable. Anybody who tries to tell you that you're ill-disciplined if you don't go through a period of falling off or being inconsistent, or like life throws things at you, life gets in the way. You can't beat yourself up for not turning up for a short period of time. But the speed in which you get back to center, the speed in which you get back on plan to where you're supposed to be is the difference. So you need to fucking start. And when you fuck up, because it will happen, when you lose track, how quickly can you get back on track? And if you reframe your mind like that, you will set yourself up for success. All right, gonna call that there. Drop a wee like and a sub. Check the Instagram out for the daily habits. If you want to work with me, then fill out the application form. We can get to it. We can get back to gaining confidence. All right. Peace, troops. See you in the next one.